Hey guys, this is Andrew with Figure Fandom Review, and today we're going to be reviewing the Sentinel Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse SV Action Miles Morales reissue. Woo, man, they just really like to have me just go at it with these titles. Anyways, guys, this is a really cool release. I was really excited for this because this is my second Sentinel figure. I do own the original, the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Peter B. Parker figure, which I love. I think it's an amazing Spider-Man figure. My favorite Spider-Man figure so far. However, this figure is awesome. And like Miles, it may be tiny, but he definitely punches above his weight. So they just... Man, Sentinel's really doing something right. They put a lot of love into their releases, and this is no exception. So without further ado, let's go ahead, we'll take him off the stand, and let's dive right in. Alright guys, so now that we got him off the stand, let's look at the aesthetics. So first thing that you should notice, or at least that I noticed, is the frame, man. He's a he's a small guy. A very small frame, very lanky guy, but that is perfect. He matches up completely to how Miles is supposed to look, especially from this movie. He's just a little skinny kid, and I love every bit of it. So it looks really good. Proportions are spot on too. So his arm length to leg length, torso, head, everything looks, perfect. They did such a good job on just the overall look of him. Paintwork is superb. That's one thing I can't say I've had any issues with yet with Sentinel. I only have two figures, but on both of them, the paintwork is spot on. So looking at his chest symbol here, really well done. Going ahead, looking at the back, all the subtle webbing on the head right there, just really well done. I do love this red to black transition he has on his fingers. So if you're there it is. If you're looking at his fingers, he's got that bright red on his fingertips transitioning into a black. So yeah, very clean, really good looking. Aesthetically, if I was just rating it off of aesthetics alone, he's a perfect 10. However, articulation is a factor. So with that being said, let's take a look at that. Alright guys, so diving into the articulation like we do, we will start with the top, working our way down. So for head movement, we do get left and right head movement, no problems. He does get really good head tilt to either side. No issues. He can move his head back a decent amount. Not the best we've seen, but not the worst. It is acceptable, so it's a good range still. He can look down a fair amount. So he does bury his head into his chest, so very good. So all in all, great head movement. For the arms, we do get 90 degrees at the arms, so very good. He does have a bicep swivel that works very good, no issues. He does have, in my opinion, a perfect double jointed elbow. So just perfection. It doesn't get any better than that. For his hands, the hands are on a peg only with no hinge. So you cannot move the hands up and down. You can simply just rotate the hands. So I'll give them a ding on that because I think that they should have hands that do that. However, I didn't have any issues with the poses I was putting this figure in, and I didn't have issues with, oh my god, I wish I had hinges on the hands. It was no problem for me, but I know somebody may have an issue with that, so I will ding them on that. But overall, I didn't have any issues. Now, another cool thing about this figure that I think is interesting, so this is a $99 figure, right? At least for me, that's what I paid for it. Third party, it could be ridiculous prices, unfortunately. But yeah, so really, it's a premium figure. That's premium prices. And this figure doesn't have a butterfly joint. But I'm going to give Sentinel kudos on this because they said we don't need one. So he does not have a butterfly joint, yet he's able to do that and give us really, really good range in his arms. And that's just a testament to Sentinel and their design philosophy with the figures, because I am primarily, anybody who sees my channel knows I collect a lot of SH Figuarts. And they have dedicated butterfly joints, almost all of them. And most of them don't get that kind of range with their butterfly joints. So that's just really a testament to Sentinel and how they designed this figure. I wish a lot more companies would, put thought into how they design the figures so that you get the best range out of them. So really great job there. Now, for the upper abdominals, we do get pretty good range, so we can look down, no issues. We can look up. He will gap a little bit, so just be aware of that. We do get side to side rotation, so pretty good rotation on that. For lower abdominal, you can look down. He can look back. And he does get, again, side to side rotation. So overall, his whole upper body is pretty decent. Now, going to his legs, he can kick out to just over 90, so not bad. He does not have a thigh swivel, so there is no thigh swivel, but he can kind of, get a little bit of range out of that to turn it. But it's going to be mainly, you're going to be doing it when you lift the leg up, not from the lower, area of twisting the leg. So that is a little bit of a downside, but it's still, again, for the poses I was putting him in, I didn't really miss it, but it is a knock on them. Now, kicking back is something you cannot do because he has the butt diaper, so it does force the leg out to the side, so just be aware of that. And for the knees, we do get a really good double jointed knee, works very well. He can kind of do the splits, not fully, but pretty close. So he does have great flexibility there. And for his ankle, he does get really good ankle tilt, both back and especially forward. And he does have an ankle rocker, so you can twist it to get those, side kicks. So not bad. And he does have a toe hinge. So all in all, very good articulation. Better than good. Great articulation, across the board. Just a few things, design choices I wish they would have maybe changed, especially giving him maybe a thigh swivel of some sort, or just some sort of wrist hinge, so you can move the arms, move the hands up and down. But all in all, I really do like the articulation. I find this to be a fun figure to pose around, which is the most important thing for me is, am I having fun with posing this figure? Because that's the whole reason we buy them. So really, really good. That being said, let's go into the accessories, and man, does this guy have a ton of accessories. All right, guys, so for accessories, we do get two hood options. One hood over the head, one hood on the shoulders. We do get a jacket option for him, and the tassels here are rotatable. You do get a pair of shorts for Miles. We also do get Spider Ham's hammer. He does get a pair of Jordan 1s. He does also get a pair of web grabbing hands. So there is a web accessory, which I'll show you later on, that pegs into one of the hands, and you would just use that to have him swinging. He does get a pair of wall crawling hands. He has a pair of flared out fingers. He does also get a pair of just relaxed hands. For his right hand, he does get a spray paint can hand. And he does get a hand to hold a cell phone accessory, which I'll show you later on, for his cell phone. He also does get a pair of sleeves that are arm sleeves that match with the jacket. So when you are using the jacket, you would take off his arms that he has on and put these ones on instead. Miles does come with two face plates. First, we have the Spider-Man's version of the People's Eyebrow face. Pretty cool. And lastly, we do get the unmasked Miles face, which is really painted very well. Just beautiful face, man. They did a really great job on it. Looks exactly like him. So continuing with the accessories, we do get 4 pairs of shoelaces, 2 that are untied and 2 that are tied for the sneakers. We do get 2 pairs of web shooting hands right here, left and right. We do get a singular web and the hands that have the holes in them for pegging into it. They peg in right here. You use that with those hands. We do get a cell phone for Miles, as well as a pair of headphones. So pretty cool. And of course, last but not least, we do get our handy dandy flight stand. So this flight stand's a little different in the way that you use it. It's actually the clear pieces here. You would pop them out, and then you would remove the bottom piece of this flight stand, push the flight stand through, and reconnect the bottom piece so that it, holds it in place. It's very cumbersome to do, so I am not going to do that on camera because it'll probably take me 20 minutes to do. All right, guys, moving on. All right, guys, well, there you have it. Sentinel's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse SV Action Miles Morales reissued. They knocked this out of the park. This is a phenomenal release. The aesthetics are wonderful. The articulation is almost perfect. The accessories, there is a plethora of them. They put so much love and care into these figures, and you can really see it in this one. It is a fun figure to pose around. You can pretty much recreate any scene you want from the show. So with all that being said, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I think it is almost a perfect release. I think that the choice to not put a thigh swivel and a hinge on the hands is, they could have done that. And I think it would just have made the figure perfect at that point. There'd be no limitations at all in how you want to pose this figure. So, yeah, now the downside is I'm gonna have to buy all of them, so my poor wallet. They're just too good. So this I highly recommend. Right now, when last I checked today, you could pre-order this figure on Big Bad Toy Store for it's not retailing for $99.99. So it is up for pre-order. If you guys want to, go ahead and get it if you haven't gotten it, I highly recommend it. It is a phenomenal release. So for all of you who are new to my channel, I just want to say thank you and welcome. I appreciate all the love and support I've been getting from you guys. I appreciate the questions, so feel free to jump into the comment section. I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. I try to answer all the questions that are there. And just, if there's any questions you have on figures, anything you would like me to review that I haven't, I have a lot more figures in my collection that I never reviewed because I've been trying to just do the figures that have been coming out more recent. But if there is an older figure that you would like me to review, I will see if I have it. I'm pretty sure I have a majority of them. So thank you all. Appreciate you all. I just want you guys to be safe. And as always, guys, keep collecting. Later.